Hello viewers, welcome to CCLMS portal. I am G. Catherin, working as lecturer in geology in Government College for Women Autonomous Guntur. Today I am going to discuss about the topic on site selection for the construction of a dairy farm. Before going to the lesson, we shall see about the learning objectives of this lesson. At the end of the class, students are able to gain knowledge about the location of the dairy farm and they understand the points which should be considered before the erection of a dairy building. When we look at the introduction of this topic, in the dairy business, you have to handle living animals as the input resource. Therefore, it is important to plan proper shelter and other facilities for taking good care of the animals. Your location decision must consider the land requirement with the following in mind. Well ventilated sheds or barns for the cattle, adequately protected from the weather, irrigation system for pasture, milking area, facility for pasteurization and storage of milk, feed storage, manure storage, proper waste management. The following points ought to be considered before selecting a site, as the selection of the site is the most important aspect for the construction of farm buildings. The first point is about topography. To avoid stagnation, a dairy building should be at a higher elevation than the surrounding ground to offer a good slope for rainfall and drainage of the waste of the dairy farm. A leveled area requires less site preparation and thus lesser cost of the building. Lowlands, depression, and proximity to places of bad odor should be avoided. And the next aspect or point that to be considered before selecting a site for the construction of a dairy farm building is soil type. The soil used for foundation should not be too moist or too dry as far as possible. Foundation soil of farm should be sandy loam. This type of soil keeps the farm clean and dry. During rainy season, sandy loam soil absorbs water easily. This soil prevents the formation of cracks and fissures. The soil should also be fertile to cultivate good yield of fodder. The next point is exposure of floor to sunlight. It should be considered to build shed in a way that the floor get proper sunlight which keep the floor dry, prevent germs growth, removes dampness, facilitate the worker, increase the growth rate of fodder production, keep animals always healthy. To get better sunlight at platforms, gutter, manger, the shed should be set in north-south direction. Another point is protection from wind. The place and house should be in proper condition so that no direct hot and cold wind can heat the farm. It prevents the fluctuation of body temperature of animal and contamination of milk during milking at the milking shed. Accessibility. A dairy building should be located by the side of the main road, preferably a distance of about 100 meters for easy accessibility to marketing and quick disposal. With this, transport cost also minimize. The other point is about water supply. Plenty of water is needed for farm operations like washing, fodder cultivation, processing of milk and byproducts, and also for drinking. Hence, a water source which provides water constantly is essential. The other factors are facilities, labor, and food. Cattle yards should be constructed and situated in relation to feeding storages, haystacks, silo and manure pits so as to effect the most efficient utilization of labor. Sufficient space per cow, well arranged feeding mangers, and resting areas contribute not only to greater milk yield of cows and make the work of the operators easy. The relative position of the feed stores should be located at hand near the center of the cow barn or to be quite adjacent to the cattle barn. Milk house also should be located at the center of the barn. Surroundings. The areas near the dairy farm should not be infested with wild animals and dacoits. The areas should also be devoid of narrow gates, high manger curbs, loose hinges, protruding nails, smooth finished floor areas where the cows move. When we look at the next aspect, it is about electricity supply. The dairy farm should have an adequate supply of electricity as the modern dairy always handles electric equipment. Another point is about durability and attractiveness. The buildings should also be always attractive, and the durability of the structure of a dairy farm is obviously an important criterion in building a dairy farm. Protection from noise and other disturbances. The site of the farm should always be from away from chemical industry, sewage disposing area, and noise producing factories. Noise also affects animal production, so it should be always keep in mind that the dairy farm should always be located away from the city. The other point is about marketing or availability of marketing facility. Market must be available near the dairy farm for easy buying of raw materials, and at the same time it should be nearer to the city, thereby the products produced from the farm could be marketed easily. This also reduces the cost of transportation, storage and refrigeration, easy to sell the milk. The other miscellaneous things are facilities like nearby school for children or farm workers, post office, shopping center, entertainment facilities, availability of telephone, etc. should also be available at the site of construction of a dairy farm. To conclude the topic, choosing the location is a crucial decision and you must know well how to select the right place for your business. Better land infrastructure or closeness to residential areas near another dairy farm or proximity to transport facilities, all factors combined gives you the best choice. Thank you all for giving me this wonderful opportunity.